Welcome everyone. Welcome to this Next UK virtual conference. It's our first annual conference. And it's about Brexit and European integration policy, political, Queen Mary University of London. Next UK is a project about the future of EU-UK relations.
I'm only sorry that I can only welcome you virtually on behalf of Queen Mary University of London and of the School of Politics and International Relations. It would have been lovely to be able to welcome everybody in person.
No deal land would not be a comfortable place to be. It clearly remains in the interests of both sides to conclude a deal, but trust was already low, with both sides camping on principle and no sign yet of the high-level political intervention that will be required to unlock a deal. The admission by the UK government that it is prepared to renege on elements of the Northern Ireland Protocol is hardly designed to rebuild that trust. Whether it is a prelude to a walkout or another cack-handed attempt to bludgeon the EU side into concessions, we don't fully know. There is no doubt at all, however, that the prospects of a deal have slipped. No deal, in my view, must now be more likely than a deal.
Okay, welcome everyone. Welcome to this policy roundtable on the impact of COVID-19 on the EU-UK relations. I will quickly introduce myself. I'm Agathe. I'm one of the Next UK team managers and a postdoctoral researcher at Queen Mary's Centre for European Research.
I guess a question would be, has Britain jumped off the ship too soon? In other words, could things change within the EU and competition policy to be, I guess, less neoliberal and more discretionary? And you know, are we going to find ourselves in that strange situation where the changes in the EU political economy and the British political economy mirror each other, despite the fact that Brexit has happened?
And I think it's also quite obvious that discussions with the UK on borders, or I don't know, the Dublin Corporation or databases are really gone out the window, or not considered really serious topics. And yet this goes to the heart of understanding you know, the COVID issues. And certainly, you know, as a lawyer looking at the explosion of soft law, this is in every aspect of COVID in every country, you know, all over the world. People are wondering, what is the rules on COVID? How many people can I meet? And we've all been met with the same, you know, lack of transparency. And so the EU, uniquely in the migration situation, or the like the Schengen situation, perhaps it is just like any type of crisis lawmaking. And, you know, in a sense, this is a very uncomfortable backdrop to have any kind of engagement with the UK, which of course isn't really happening.
COVID throws into sharp relief many issues which were already problematic in the European Union in this area. Schengen, which had not been reformed, and Schengen and free movement, which had not been reformed, the issue of Brexit and free movement, which had already been uncertain, even before the recent events we've seen with the British government and their manoeuvres on the bill.
I'm actually going to be speaking about the impact of Brexit and pandemic politics on channel crossings, because I think it's interesting to see how both have been used as an excuse to toughen the stance against asylum seekers.
I think that one of the really important roles that that research plays is that it provides this critical perspective. Exactly as Heidi said, it is, you know, we tend to, speaking with my academic hat on, you know, we can disappear down incredibly you know, fascinating rabbit holes or technicalities. That's not really what the policymakers are necessarily looking for. What they're looking for is perspective.
Whilst, you know, I think maybe part of this is a bigger thing, which is that we do have a really great team in the Oasis office who are really supportive and keen to have discussions with people about ideas that they have. So if you have something that you're thinking about doing, then do get in touch with the office, and they're really happy to have that conversation.
But I heard from people that I know that both, because they did some virtual festivals, both the International Festival and the Book Festival.
Okay.
And yeah, and what they said was that was the the positive that came out of it was that they've opened up to a totally new audience around the world that normally would not be able to either afford or for other reasons come to Edinburgh in August. But because they were doing it in this way, they were able to interact and to be part of it in a way that they couldn't before. So they were saying that even, you know, moving forward, that certainly there will be a digital virtual element.
So Polly, I'm going to ask you to do this gesture of acceptance towards the camera and get your mug.
Thank you.
Yes.
Look for you.
Well done.